So today's figure review is actually going to be three figures. We got Bazooka, Outback, and Recondo from the Tiger Force collection. Now, these guys were exclusive to Target. There was also a Duke with some kind of motorcycle, but I didn't get him. I just got the standard figures. And yeah, I've been meaning to get to these guys for a while, so I figured I'd just do all three of them, the review for all three of them in one shot. And yeah, so we'll start off with Bazooka. Again, probably my favorite character out of the bunch. But all three figures are really nice. Some of them have, well, they each have pluses and minuses, but I'll try to cover that as well on this video. I really like the box art on this guy. The art is very unique on the side of the box. I kind of dig that style. I'm not crazy about all the artwork that they use on the different boxes, but this one was really cool. It's got a very fun action comic book type feel. Yeah, I really like that. And yeah, again, this is, I guess, an alternate version or an alternate look for him, the Tiger Force one. I'm sure they're going to release him with the red shirt, maybe later in the year or next year. I'm assuming that's kind of what they do. But yeah, so here's a first look at him on the rotating base with all of his gear on and his weapons. And again, I'm really happy with this one. Like I said, I've been kind of waiting a while for Bazooka, or for them to release Bazooka. And I do like this look for him. So yeah, a very nice looking piece. Again, you could find these guys in Target right now. He was trickier to find. I know some friends were able to find him pretty easily. I've never seen him in stores. I had to get him online, but I paid retail and a little bit extra for the shipping. That's about it. He is well, his helmet is like a soft kind of rubber plastic, but it does grip the head nicely. That didn't sound right, but it will not fall off. It will not fall off. So I like how they did it. Paint job is very nice on it. Sculpt work is great. That's what he looks like without the helmet. You know, decent look. Sculpt is very nice. You know, he was a bigger, rougher kind of G.I. Joe guy. He's not one of the smaller ones. But again, the guy's got a bazooka as a weapon. He's got to be a big dude. So I think the body and the sculpt work they did on it, it fits for the character. Nicely done. But here you go. Here's the helmet. And yeah, looks great. Will not fall off. So that's a huge plus. And yeah, here's his backpack. And he does have his the rockets for the rocket launcher. Or grenade launcher, or however you want to call it, bazooka. But yeah, they look nice. The sculpt work is really good. And yeah, they just kind of slip in, and then you can kind of, you know, they'll hold with the way they did that plastic. The bazooka itself, nicely done. The back kind of moves out of the way, and you could like slip the little mini rocket thing in there, or you could put it through the front, and that's what I did. It's a pretty tight fit, so that's why I think it's probably better from the front. That way you can get it out properly. Otherwise, you'll need a pencil or something to stick through there. But again, it's a solid piece. The strap itself, I think, might be a little too solid, but it's all right. You know, you could figure a good way of getting it in his hands. Articulation, head's got a great range of motion. He has 2 points of articulation. It's his neck and his head. He has butterfly joints for the shoulder, plus the ball joint, plus rotation by the bicep, double hinge for the elbow. The wrist, it goes up and down. He does have the hula hoop kind of action. I prefer these joints. The other two figures do not have that, which I don't know why, but yeah, there's like a half ball joint by the waist as well. He does do splits, full Van Dams. He does have drop down hips. All the G.I. Joe classifieds do. Upper thigh rotation, double hinge for the knee. It's kind of ugly though because the legs are so big, but it's still all right. He has rotation by the boot, but you got to be mindful because the ankle is very tight, so I might want to heat those up. But yeah, good rocker. in the back and forth. Belt is also like a loose fit. And yeah, here's Recondo. He's a really cool piece. Cool character too. I dig the Australian gimmick that they have for this guy. And yeah, again, I don't like the back of the box art on any of these Tiger Force figures. I think it's really stupid that you don't have anything there except for like jungle type stuff. It should have been at least a description of what the character comes with, or the other figures in the line, something. But front of the box looks good. The artwork on this one's pretty cool as well. I dig that. So they did a nice job with it. And here's a better look at him in the packaging. A little bit of a zoom up. And yeah, he comes with some pretty cool stuff. His hat's really cool. This guy's easy to find, at least in my neighborhood. He is, you know, it's weird. They'll have certain figures and only those figures for a long time, and then they kind of just then vanish. You'll never see them again. They did it with a couple of different figures in there, but anyway, here he is on the rotating base. And again, I dig the look for him, the backpack he's got and all that. The design of this character is really cool. But yeah, all these figures they're pretty much very similar in articulation, and the aesthetic works. They complement each other. So I'll definitely say that about these. He's got a cool stash as well. Well, they could have got a little bit better with the paint job on it. It feels like they missed part of the paint application. If you look at it from a certain angle, or from the downward looking up. But yeah, there he is without his hat. Slick back hair. He's got a very distinct looking face. I dig it. Did a nice job. The details on him look great. The leg kind of holster thing for his big machete or blade type thing he's got there. Like, that could also come off, so if you don't want that on there, you could take it off. But I dig it. It works. Good paint application on him as well. And yeah, here's his hat. I think it's very nicely done, the way that it's molded. It is a softer material as well, that kind of rubbery plastic. And yeah, his fits on pretty well, just like Bazooka. You could even get him upside down and it won't fall off. But just be mindful, when you are moving the figure around, it might pop off here and there. It's not super snug, but it's still a pretty good fit. Again, the hat kind of makes the whole thing. Here's his blade. I think that looks really good. Good paint on that as well. Here's his little Glock. There's something that's really cool that I do dig about these guys. They're actually putting like holes in the front of it. So I think if you could get like some kind of an effect, or even make something yourself to kind of stick in there. Here's his longer gun, rifle thing, whatever. I like that it was wrapped up in certain places. Backpack, pretty cool looking. Again, these aren't all super necessary, but it does work. It works for the line of these figures. And again, you could put everything that he comes with. You could equip it on him. You get weapon storage and whatnot. So that's pretty good. And obviously the bigger gun, you're going to be putting it in his hand. But yeah, backpack. I do think the pegs should maybe be a little bit longer for those backpacks, because they do tend to fall off here and there. And yeah, here is Outback. I didn't have the full review for him for the box. I just that was from in store. Again, similar to the other guys, although the artwork on the side didn't look as good. But the figure is very nice. I like what they did. The paint applications too on this guy are really, really well done. They even gave him like hairy forearms, which is pretty cool. And I really dig the tiger on his shirt. I thought that came out really great. So that's nice. I don't know if they're going to re-release this guy at some point with a different look, but if not, no, this guy is he's awesome looking. And again, I seen him a couple of times and then never again. So again, check your areas for these. It's going to vary from, different state to state. But yeah, I really like the proportions on this guy. Sculpt work is really well done. That kind of whole torso section looks great. This guy, his head is different from the other ones, and his neck is pinned. There's no movement in that, and they kind of pinned it slightly crooked, so that's a little bit weird. It doesn't bother me too much. He does a butterfly for the arms, your ball joint for the shoulder, upper, the bicep, double hinge for the elbow. He does have this stupid T waist thing. He should have had like that hula hoop action going. I don't like this T thing that they do. And he does have articulation by the waist as well. The drop down hips, he could do splits just like the other guys. Upper thigh, double hinge for the knee. The boot has articulation, and he does have the swivel for the foot with the hinge, so you could, kind of point the boot out as well. So that's all pretty good. His backpack's bigger than the other ones, but I do like it. The sculpt work looks fantastic on this one. I almost thought it was in two different pieces, but it's not. Well, if it is, they just glued it together anyway. Here's a little shovel that he comes with. Nicely sculpted. Pretty cool. And you could store this on his backpack, on those pegs. Here's his gun. And I dig that they wrap up certain parts, that was pretty cool. And it kind of it complements the Recondo figure as well. Here's his flashlight. He's got a little knife. And here's his bigger gun. Looks a little warped, but again, with a heat gun, you could just kind of get that into a straighter shape anyway. But all in all, still looks fantastic. I dig the figure. And you could store, again, all of his weapons on him. So that's really good. The flashlight, the knife. Good stuff. He's got the little gun. Goes right into the holster. His backpack. And of course his little mini machine gun thing there. But yeah, all in all, I do dig this guy. I think he looks really good. The orange shirt and the tiger on there looks excellent. Here are the three of them together. And again, they do complement each other. I said it a few times already throughout the review, but it does work. Looks awesome. Bazooka, probably my favorite, just because I like his design and the character, again, from the cartoons and everything. But yeah, all three I dig. Good stuff. There's the some bad guys too in this line that came out. There was one of those Vipers. There was the robot, the bats, but they're different paint jobs. Oh, and I wanted to put Sergeant Slaughter with these guys as well. So just to give you another kind of scaling with, again, another bigger figure. And yeah, his legs are spaced out a bit, but he is a little bit larger than the rest of these figures. It might not look that way, but yeah, him and Bazooka, they're pretty big characters. So yeah, I think they did a nice job. Now, I don't know if some of the figures are reuse. So you'll have like a brand new arms and stuff for like Bazooka. You can see the pinless joints, but then his legs have pins in them. And then you have the flipped version with Sergeant Slaughter. He has pinless legs, but then he has pins in the arm. So I don't know what's being reused from other figures or what's brand new or why they decided to do what they did. But either way, my final verdict is a thumbs up. These are cool, especially if you're collecting these. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the review. Hi, for anyone looking for some amazing comic books, this is part of my collection. I am the artist and creator of Shadow of the Kraken. This is a beautiful pirate story, 52 pages, beautiful artwork. Yeah, everything you need out of a great pirate story, you're right here. We have City of Venus. It's a futuristic story. Also another one that I totally created. Beautiful. If you love kind of post-apocalyptic worlds, beautiful women, sci-fi, action, this has a little bit of everything in it. So if you're looking for that, on that campaign, you could also get, for a limited time, volume 1 and 2 of my art books. These are loaded with amazing images, 52 pages each. Yeah, they got pretty much everything you need in there. And we have, of course, hardcover book. This is Through the Woods, co-created and written by Frankie Tartamella, my brother. And yeah, I did all the artwork. This is 100 pages. You get the entire story in here, beginning, middle, end. You get all of it, and it is truly amazing. So if you're looking for a great ghost story, this is definitely the book for you. Just click the link in the descriptions, and yeah, these books ship immediately.